Hey, what's going on, beautiful? It is Tierra. And for those of you that don't know me, I am a wife, mother of four, Army combat veteran. I also create safe spaces for women to grow in because I know what it's like to lose myself in service to others, but I also know the freedom of finding my voice and walking confidently into my purpose. Now, many of you already know that I help women to rediscover who they are in this season of their life. I also help them to see that she deserves more, and I help her put a plan together, and I provide support and strategy as she is working that plan out so that she can live the life that she not only desires but that she deserves. So this is a little bit different because I have been working on some things, and I have been speaking to a lot of amazing women and getting their perspective on different things, such as things that um, took place in their youth. And one of the goals is to see how we are shaped from the environments that we come from, but to also see the victories and the triumphs and all of the amazing things that can happen to a woman, even if she has been in some circumstances and she has experienced some things that felt like they were designed to take her out of here, but she survived it, and now she's in a space where she's thriving. And so with the women that I have spoken with, it has just been truly a blessing to see someone go from adversity to just recognizing some things about themselves that they want to change and shift, and having the faith and having the will to work on those things and make the change, not only for herself but also for her family, for her children, and for generations to come. And so that is some of the deeper work that I have been working on. And as I sit with these women and as I ask these questions and as I listen, because I love listening, I love to observe, a lot has come back up for me. And so I want to take the opportunity and I want to take this space to share a little bit more about parts of my own personal journey, with the prayer that it inspires you and it encourages you to operate differently, to see more, want more, and to be willing to do what it takes to have more for your life because you deserve it. So, I believe it was 2021 or 2022, I did my first in person event where I was speaking. And I shared a personal story, and what I was looking to do was inspire and encourage the audience to find their voice and find their truth. And the title was The Importance of Finding Your Voice. So, as you can see, this work, is deep. Than it's deeper than finances. It's deeper than me simply building a business. This is, for me, this work is generational. This work is something way bigger than me, that I know that without God as my source of everything, and without my husband and my children and my family and those that support me, I know that I wouldn't be able to just get up and do this, because people can tell you, oh, this is how you make money, or I made this amount of money. I'm going to teach you how to make this amount of money. But if you're not in a space to where you have, emotional intelligence, to where your emotions are regulated, to where you know who you are and you know what you want and you know the path, the money, when it comes, is going to destroy, or it can destroy you. It can destroy anything that you're looking to do, because money often magnetizes or magnifies what is deep down inside. So one of the reasons why this work is so important to me is because you can't expect to make impact and expect to grow by simply being in a better financial situation. You have to have that healing. You have to know the importance of your voice. You have to know the power that you carry. You have to know that when there's impact and when there are people watching you, you have to operate differently. And so, getting back to what I was going to talk about, so I'm on stage, and I already knew it was going to kind of bring up some emotions for me, because I'm talking about the importance of finding your voice. And I shared briefly a story about something that took place in my own personal life as I was growing up. I probably was like a preteen. But anyway, not to get into too many details, something took place. And yes, it was traumatic. And in the moments that followed what took place, even as a preteen, I knew that what I needed to do was alert the authorities, like get somebody involved, because I am not going to be able to fix this, to solve this, to make this situation any better. So I, I called the police, and the police came out, and there was a major incident. And I'm thinking, let me see. I mean, I'm preteen. I'm doing what we're told to do. If there's something going on and we need help, we go get the help. So that's what I did. And it was huge. It was like this big thing. The police came. It was a major incident, and things that occurred after that is one of the reasons why I say it is so important that we find our voice, because this situation and my involvement in, calling for help, it created this ripple effect in my life. So some of the individuals that were involved, or one in particular, was the reason that I needed to call the police. So this person, in, I guess, wanting to save face and prevent themselves from getting in even more trouble than what they were already in, well, this person told me that I needed to change my story, change what I originally reported, and say something different. Now, as a preteen, and as someone as a young girl, I was afraid. I was threatened. And so I changed my story of what I reported. And from there, that situation taught me, it taught me wrong, but it taught me that my voice wasn't important, that we can change and shift the narrative to help other people, and that the biggest thing that it taught me was that I can't trust myself. Now, I changed my story out of fear. I changed my story because I was threatened. And I changed my story because I didn't have anyone in my corner telling me any different. I didn't have anyone supporting me, like looking out for me. And so changing my story, it changed a little bit of myself, because moving forward, I didn't trust my word enough. I didn't hold boundary lines. I didn't think that what I said mattered, nor what I thought really mattered. And this carried over all the way up until like recently. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes things happen in our life. I can't even like calculate how many years ago that was, but that's how impactful it was, that it made me, or it taught me that I can't trust myself. I can't trust my own words. And it changed me, and it silenced me. Some parts of me was silenced. And I just remember like going back to when I was on stage, and I was like, oh my goodness, I know I'm not about to be up be up on this stage crying. But what I wanted to also relay in the message is that with time and with healing and with putting in the work, we can learn to trust ourselves again. We can learn to trust our voice. We can learn that our voice matters, our no matters, our boundaries matter, and the standards that we have for ourselves matter. And I believe that at the end of what I shared, I believe that the audience was in a different space from when my name was first called to I started speaking until I walked off that stage. I believe that a part of what I shared changed some people in the audience. And that's another reason why I do what I do. Now, like I was saying before, that changed me. I was silenced in a lot of ways. And a lot of times, I would say like the biggest way that it changed me was boundaries, wanting to say no, but being afraid of what that meant if I said no. And this was in many different situations, you know. And so I know that in that particular situation, I lost a piece of myself. I lost a piece of trusting myself, of owning my voice. And so those are some things that if you don't get anything else from what I've said, this is what I want you to reclaim for yourself. I want you to trust yourself enough to know that if it's something that you want, if you work towards it and you have that foundation set and you know where you want to go, you can get there. But a lot of times there's been a lot of situations that have happened to us and for us that have left us in a space where we can't trust ourselves anymore. And so if I could just say this, we will not be silenced. Now, you do with the information what you see fit to do. So for me, a part of trusting myself and owning my voice and finding the importance in my voice is continuing to strive to trust myself, to believe in myself, to know that there's a lot of situations and a lot of things that God covered me and protected me from, or brought me through, protected me in going through those things. So I know that I have a purpose. I know that He has a plan for me. And I know that I did not go through all of that stuff to not be in a space to bring other women with me, to bring girls, to pull them up, to lift them up and let them know your voice matters. Your thoughts, your dreams matter. What you want, it matters. You matter. Whew. So, I said all of that to say this. You matter. Your voice matters. What you think matters. What you want matters. And if you can get the healing, do the work, get a strong foundation, the sky is not the limit. It's your starting point. So I pray that this helps you. I pray that in my story, maybe you see yourself, maybe you hear your voice, maybe you hear a piece of something that you needed to hear to be free today. But with all of that being said, be blessed, be well, and be empowered.